Streaming on clickorlando.com, you're watching News 6 at 6:30 p.m.
This YouTube channel shows motorcycles that appear to be speeding through the streets of Central Florida. A News 6 viewer who brought it to our attention calls it dangerous and worries somebody's going to get killed in these things. Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Matt Austin. We're going to hear from Ginger just a little bit later tonight. But first, the Florida Highway Patrol tells us it is reviewing those videos. As News 6 investigator Mike DeForest discovered, one of the men behind the YouTube channel just happens to be the grandson of Jim France, the CEO of NASCAR.
This YouTube video, titled Orlando to Daytona in 20 Minutes, appears to show a motorcycle hopping on I-4 and gunning the throttle. It's among dozens of videos on this YouTube channel that are now being reviewed by the Florida Highway Patrol. News 6 cannot confirm exactly how fast this bike is going. At times, the speedometer reads more than 150 miles per hour. The motorcycle weaves around semis, zooms past SUVs and a tanker truck, and overtakes a pickup that is towing a very large travel trailer. The bike then passes right between two minivans. It's called lane splitting. Lane splitting is illegal in Florida. So is passing on the shoulder. After getting off the interstate and riding in a bicycle lane, the video shows the motorcycle arriving at the Daytona International Speedway and heading through the tunnel leading into the racetrack. News 6 cannot confirm who was driving the motorcycle since his face is obscured in the video.
What's up, YouTube?
But this man, Dallas Ashley, appeared in several other motorcycle videos that were posted on the same YouTube channel called Speed Demon.
People will swerve right in front of you. You're gone.
That YouTuber, Dallas Ashley, confirms to me he is the grandson of billionaire NASCAR CEO Jim France. That makes him the great-grandson of Bill France Sr., the founder of NASCAR. Some of the YouTube videos show motorcycles visiting the Daytona International Speedway here and stopping by bronze statues that honor the France family.
Watch out! Here comes a menace!
But most of the videos show motorcycles cruising the streets of Central Florida.
Look, that person right there, I just put their life in danger.
This is Cimarron Boulevard in Winter Park.
You guys almost died, be careful!
In this video, the motorcycle appears to pop a wheelie. The speedometer reads 154 miles per hour just before an SUV makes a U-turn in front of it.
I ain't going to jail today, mother.
Dallas Ashley insists he is not the man riding these motorcycles. You can't prove who was riding, Ashley tells me by phone.
What's going on, officer?
One of the YouTube clips shows Longwood police stopping the bike for equipment violations. I obtained a copy of this video captured by the police officer's camera that confirms who was driving that day.
Right, I'm Officer Thacker, Longwood Police.
Hello, I'm Dallas Ashley.
Officer Thacker.
Ashley tells me, quote, I do have concerns for other people. Is anybody going to get injured? I hope not. Ashley claims his famous grandfather once taught him this valuable lesson.
You gotta treat every car like it's a bullet with your name on it.
Whoever's on that bike is utterly stupid. Dallas Ashley tells News 6 he's currently estranged from his mom's side of the family that owns NASCAR. Representatives of NASCAR and the France family did not comment on this story. A YouTube spokesperson says the company has removed some of the videos that encourage dangerous or illegal activity. Mike learned about this story through a viewer tip. If you have something you'd like to share with us to help you get results, go to the News 6 app or clickorlando.com. Click Contact Us. Here's a live look now over Daytona Beach. That record heat has been keeping it toasty all week long, and we may finally see some rain. Of course, it's when Epic Universe opens. Jonathan, though, it shouldn't ruin the day, right?
It shouldn't, yeah. Just something to be mindful of. You're heading out, you might need to take cover for a little bit of time. It's not going to rain all day for sure, but we will see the opportunity coming in. I'll show you that in a second. Right now, it is still steamy out there. 88 in the Villages. We're at 90 in Mount Dora. Holopaw, we're at 94. Back to the upper 80s in Cocoa Beach. Melbourne, we're at 95. We set a new record today. hot everywhere. Tied the hottest day of the year in Orlando at 96 degrees earlier this afternoon. There we go. Slight little sliver there. A marginal risk, 1 out of 5 on the severe weather scale for tomorrow. That's just a sliver south and east of I-4. That's our best opportunity anyway. So for us in Palm Bay, just south of Cocoa Beach, into Kenansville, Yeehaw Junction, Micco, that's where we're watching for our friends there. For the opportunity for some pretty big hailstones tomorrow, maybe an isolated damaging wind gust as a cold front comes through. We're not really going to see the benefits of that front in terms of any kind of cooler air, but we will see the opportunity for some rain. Here's where we have our front now. You see some storms associated with that towards the Big Bend. That's going to try to sink down tonight. So don't be surprised in Marion County, Flagler County, if you're looking to your north, see a light show once the sun goes down. And we might even have a few of those downpours, maybe a rumble of thunder sneak in late tonight. We'll show you the timeline on the storms for tonight into tomorrow and when rain chances go up for part of the holiday weekend. Coming up at 6:47, Matt.
Thank you, Jonathan. Another story you'll see only on 6, a skimmer scanner. Talking about credit card skimming or stealing at the gas pump. It's an epidemic, as federal investigators call it. In fact, just a few weeks ago, News 6 anchor Eric Von Anken reported on a local case where the feds turned up 1,200 stolen cards, including Eric's. Well, the Secret Service and police in Sanford have started using a handheld device that finds skimmers. They've been surprisingly successful, so we asked them, should you buy your own device? Eric Von Anken met up with Sanford's financial crimes investigator to see how it works and how it's getting results protecting our community.
So what we have here is an overlay device. It's one of the more common ways to get your credit card information.
And this turned up here in Sanford recently?
Yes. So we have another device. It's another skimmer. It's like a metal key.
And this works in conjunction with that?
So what we have here is actually a pinhole camera.
Wow. So the key records your strip, basically your credit card strip, and this pinhole camera catches you typing in your PIN.
Yes.
And I should tell you that this is Sanford Police Department financial investigator David Kaiser. So most of the time you find out about these because the customer has discovered the skimmer.
Correct.
But there are many, many cases we've reported on where skimmers can be placed inside that people never know about.
Correct, yes. So what I just grabbed is one of the tools that I use to regularly check these gas stations.
Skim scan.
Yeah. The police department purchased this roughly under $500 on Amazon. Turn it on, insert it, it'll come up with the green light, and also tell me to remove the card. So the light actually showed up green, showing that this pump was actually clean.
Is this a game changer?
Since purchasing this device, I mean, I've used it a few times. I haven't located one in almost a year.
You're saying you have not detected a skimming device on a pump since you guys started using that?
Correct.
Do you think that's because the word is getting out that you guys have this?
It's possible.
We've done so many stories on this, on credit card skimming. How do we stop this? Does everyone need to go out and get one of these?
Maybe not this particular model because it is so expensive to consumer.
But you're saying it's not a bad idea to get one of these, a cheaper version.
It's never a bad idea. If they can find a good reputable one, yes.
Wow. But the good news, investigator Kaiser tells me that when he does get involved with a case, most of the time he does get results and make arrests. He says it's not really that hard to trace a stolen credit card back to the reader where it was used fraudulently and then get the surveillance video from the store with the cameras out front that capture faces and license plates. But the thing is, that's not really making a dent in the problem. Ultimately, as we just discussed, it comes down to you. Protecting our community in Sanford, Eric Von Anken, News 6.
Investigator Kaiser says every time he pulls up to a pump to get gas, he wiggles the credit card reader on the pump to make sure it isn't loose and hasn't been tampered with. We put his other tips and ones from federal investigators inside this story right now at clickorlando.com, looking under the Getting Results Protecting Our Community tab.
It's time to have a bear hunt.
The overwhelming majority of Floridians do not want bears to be killed.
The bear hunt debate continues today. It looks more likely Florida will have a bear hunt this year. Today at a meeting in Ocala, the state's Wildlife Commission backed a proposal with the rules their staff has laid out. Our own Catherine Silver is there.
Thank you for your comments.
For 3 hours, it was back and forth.
It's time to have a bear hunt.
The overwhelming majority of Floridians do not want bears to be killed.
Supporters and opponents going head-to-head over a hunt.
Just because you can doesn't mean you should.
A regulated hunt creates opportunities.
First to speak was Marion County Sheriff Billy Woods.
In the last 9 months, we've had 107 human-bear interactions.
FWC estimates there are about 4,000 black bears across Florida. Here's how a hunt would work. 187 permits would be handed out via random drawing. It's one tag per permit, one bear per person who would hunt in established zones in December. No cubs or females with cubs allowed. And those are only the core elements. FWC is also considering additional rules, including dog hunting, bow hunting, and feeding stations.
Bear hunting was banned in 1994, and since then the population has definitely increased and stabilized.
I drove 6.5 hours. When you allow a hunt with dogs, no checkpoints, and baiting, that's not conservation, that's assassination.
Another man drove to Ocala from Seminole County, where FWC's data shows the number of human and bear interactions has decreased in the last decade. Central Florida is also the region where the least number of permits would be granted, 18.
What's important is that we understand what stressors are on the bear habitats as well as the bear numbers.
FWC staff say their numbers support a sustainable hunt.
The black bear is a success story. That's something that I think everyone in this room can share, whichever side you're on.
For 3 hours, a conversation about conservation.
We genuinely want to see the habitats and species that sustain us thrive.
If the commission gives their final approval again in August, it will be Florida's first bear hunt since 2015. In Ocala, Catherine Silver, News 6.
Well, it turns out you don't have to go very far to get a really good Philly cheesesteak. I visited a restaurant serving the best one I've ever had in my life. In my next stop on the I-4 food tour. If we slow it down, you know it's really good. But first, at Universal's Epic Universe, Ginger Gadsden checks out the features and all those snacks coming up. You're watching News 6 at 6:30. We are live on News 6 Plus. We're getting results all over Central Florida. We'll be right back.
Brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Your Wednesday evening traffic alert. With good weather comes a lot of construction, so make sure you're paying attention. Southbound 417 at Lee Vista. You guys hear me say it all the time, but there's always someone who's not paying attention. So you will be detoured off of there. And we saw this every single morning so far in the morning show, so be careful overnight. Westbound I-4 at Kirkman. Everyone gets off here. Follow the detour because it lets you get off at certain areas to regain I-4. But this is heavy construction. It's only going to get worse before it gets better, but we need it. I'm Trooper Steve with the News 6 Traffic Alert. Drive safely. I'll catch you in the morning.
We are less than 24 hours away from the official grand opening of Universal's newest theme park, Epic Universe. It will mark the first time we've seen the opening of a major theme park since the 90s, believe it or not. Epic Universe has 5 immersive worlds, including one based off Harry Potter's Fantastic Beasts series. News 6 anchor Ginger Gadsden gives us a look at not just the rides, but the magical eats.
And once you enter the portal, just like that, you're in 1920s Wizarding Paris. I mean, look at this place. Take a look at the detail and the beauty and everything. Don't you feel like you've just time traveled? Then there's the food. Of course, you have to have a butterbeer. It's a fan favorite. But if you're not thirsty, you can eat your butterbeer with these delicious butterbeer flavored crepes. So I'm here with Kate Land at Epic Universe. You're an expert in all things to do with the merchandise here, including these fantastic wands.
Yes, these wands are near and dear to my heart. But yes, I'm representative of all the merchandise that any of our guests can purchase at our stores.
And what can they expect that they can't get anywhere else?
Well, first off, the wands. So I think we've mentioned, how many times can we say wands, right? The wands, the wands. We also have new 1920s versions of our house robes, which are fan favorites at our other parks. So we're excited to share that. We wanted to really put enough time and energy in this. We knew this was going to be such a special park for our fans, and so it was the right amount of time. But yes, if only a wand could. We need a time turner, actually, and I think that would be helpful.
Okay, thank you so much. And the wait is almost over. Epic Universe opens Thursday morning. At Epic Universe, Ginger Gadsden, News 6.
All right, fascinating stuff. The crepes, the butterbeer crepes, they better be good if you're going to pay $20 for them.
It's a lot.
That's a lot for a crepe.
Yes, it is.
But I bet it's good. I hear the food's delicious, and the park does look amazing. So
it really does. Excited to check it out for myself when it's not 95 degrees outside, like it will be again
and it's
tomorrow.
Not packed to the brim with people.
That is also true. Temperatures back in record territory again today as expected. We are also pinpointing a couple of teeny tiny showers. Those are mainly north of Central Florida right now. This is because of our cold front that is inbound now. I say cold front, it's really not going to make its way through here really over the next few days. So we're going to be watching that closely. Again, temperatures through the next couple of hours staying in the upper 80s. Mentioned the opportunity for a stray downpour. That is mainly going to be for us in Marion and Flagler County as that front itself slides on through. So we're going to be pinpointing that closely again over the next couple of days. Beaches are still going to be super hot for us as well as we wait for that approaching front. Again, this front really not going to cross as we see the scattered thunderstorms through the Big Bend. These are losing a lot of their punch as we speak right now. A few might hold together to get into Marion and Flagler County, but again, most of us are going to be dry tonight, and then we'll see a higher chance tomorrow. We're at 93 in Orlando, Wildwood. We are at 86, 90 in Mount Dora, 94 in Daytona Beach, also 94 in Palm Coast. We set a new record today in Melbourne. We had the hottest day of the year, tied for it anyway in Orlando at 96 degrees. It's a live look in Daytona Beach where it is blazing hot again. 94 degrees, the current air temperature, the breeze out of the west, and that's the reason why it's so hot out there. Lots and lots of sunshine still to be had. Now tomorrow, Epic Universe opening day, we're back to the upper 70s to start. The first part of the day looking very, very nice. I think we'll start to see extra clouds stream in here later in the morning, and then rain chances go up to about 20% by lunchtime. We'll keep it around that 30% shot as we move into the early stages of the afternoon as that front approaches. So here we go, pinpointing that through the rest of the evening. And again, nothing to write home about. Parts of Marion and Flagler County, though, just be on the lookout again later this evening, early into the morning tomorrow. The opportunity going to be there for a couple of downpours. 8, 9 o'clock on your Thursday morning. Most of us are dry, but you see the extra gray on your screen. And then here comes the push of moisture along the front. So that's 2 to 3 o'clock. Darker reds indicate where we have the heavier rain potential, and then you see it flare up a little bit as we get deeper into the afternoon. So this is 3 or 4 around the Orlando metro, really along in southeast of I-4. That's going to be the area that we're watching closely. So parts of Polk into Osceola into the southern half of Brevard for the chance anyway for a few strong thunderstorms. 6 o'clock, we're really going to wind things down to make way for a dry end to this work week. High temperatures tomorrow back to around 90 in Mount Dora, 91 at Holopot, 86 in Melbourne with a 40% shot for storms. Now here's a look at your 7-day forecast.
Your forecast is sponsored by the Florida Lottery.
Temperature is going to get back to the low 90s tomorrow, one of the, relatively speaking, cooler days that we've had. 93 on Friday, rain chance is pretty much 0 again. Looking good and hot on Saturday, likely the best weekend day of the 3-day weekend. Sunday not looking bad either, but we are going to increase rain chances just a little bit on Monday to 30%. Temperatures getting back into the mid-90s for you on Memorial Day if you're heading to any memorial services. We'll be right back.
I'm Justin Moorman.
And I'm Crystal Moyer. Coming up in the morning, feeling the pinch from new tariffs from Washington.
Yeah, the small businesses that say they're already being hit hard and what it all means for your wallet the next time you go to the store.
And some of you might be happy about this. Rain chances return. Candace will have your updated forecast every 10 minutes.
We'll see you for News 6 Mornings starting at 6.
Oh, man, there's more cheese than Philly. I love it. Touring Central Florida in an RV from Giant Recreation World makes a guy hungry. So let's go to George's in Winter Park for a big sandwich. It's my first time at George's Cafe. What's the thing I have to try?
Gotta try the Philly cheesesteak.
I was born to haunt you.
It's all homemade ingredients with roasted prime rib.
Terrorize you with my love. Made just to taunt you.
Also, save some room for a homemade cook.
This is George's Cafe in Winter Park, known for their giant sandwiches and amazing cookies. Oh, and the owner's name is George John Paul. I wonder if he has a dog named Ringo. This is the star of the show right here. This is the Philly cheesesteak at George's Cafe. Check this out. The bread is soft. The cheese is very pulley. Come on, photographer. I know you're liking that. This is prime rib. These potato wedges took 2 days to make, all to get into my belly in about 5 seconds. Okay. That's a sandwich that'll change your politics right there. That's amazing. That's so good. The meat is crazy flavorful. I've never had flavor of meat like that in a Philly cheesesteak before. I'm a cheesesteak guy. I'm hesitant to say it, but this might be the best cheesesteak I've ever eaten. The meat's too good. The bread's too soft. There's no chincing on the cheese. It's incredible. This is worth a stop on I-4 for sure. George's Cafe on Park Avenue in Winter Park. When you go, you gotta get the cookies, but there aren't any left today, so good luck.
Sponsored by Giant Recreation World. Visit Giant Recreation World today.
I just wish I had a bigger mouth. I shouldn't say things like that. Like, what's happening? My mouth is pouring water right now. Thinking about that, I was just telling you while we were watching. I have to go back there and get that sandwich again.
Yeah, I got the play-by-play during that.
Yeah, so good.
Remember the moments that you made.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, thank you for watching News 6 at 6:30. You can stream News 6 online anytime on the News 6 Plus Smart TV app. Remember, we break news at clickorlando.com. We'll see you, Bro Show, tonight at 11 o'clock.
Be here.
Get ready for some testosterone, right?